I have received a request to assist one of the grade 12 learners on how to apply to the University of Northwest or Northwest University. So first thing first, you need to know when is the closing date for the application to the university. The application for all courses and the residence application will close on the 31st of August. Please make sure that you are making application before 31st of August. As soon as possible, I will like to see everyone applying just after seeing this video. So now what is important before you can even go and apply? It is very important for you that you download the prospectus for the 2025 year of assessment. So how does the prospectus look for the Northwest? I'm going to take you through the prospectus so that you'll have an idea how it looks like and what are you going to find in the prospectus, especially in the case of the Northwest University. So if you look at the screen, if you download the prospectus for the Northwest University, you'll see something of this nature. So why this is important for you, candidate? The reason this is important for you is because it will assist you in order to ascertain the marks that you will need, as well as the points that you will need for the course that you wish to study at the University of Northwest. So if you move down and you're looking at this page, starting from, they do not have page number, starting from page 13, if you're looking from the top, you'll see that they will give you the schools in the faculty, or they'll give you the faculty rather. Schools in the Faculty of Engineering, they'll give you all the course they're providing in the engineering. So you see chemical and mineral engineering and the other engineering courses. And they're telling you that for engineering, they need 34 points, and they are giving you, in terms of conditional acceptance, with your grade 11 result, you will need to have the marks they have provided. And when they receive your final grade 12 results, the final acceptance, you will need 34 points. Right. So it is important for you to understand that for the course that you want, how many points do you need, as well as in terms of the subject, which subjects you will need and what percentage that you will need. In this case, they're saying that first additional language, you need at least 60%, and mathematics, you need at least 65%, and physical science, at least 65%, then a minimum of 31 points just to get a conditional acceptance. And when you look at the final acceptance, in that case, they are looking at 34 points and they want you to have mathematics 70% and physical science 70%, as well as at least 60% and the first additional language. So that is what they require in order to accept you in an engineering courses in the Northwest University. Then if you're looking at the Faculty of Law, and then they also have their own minimum requirements. If you're looking at the APS score that they're looking at the APS score of 28 and 30. So they are also specifying the courses that or the degree that you'll be doing with your 28 points as well as with your 30 points. Then you can see Bachelor of Laws, Bachelor of Commerce in Law, you need 30 points, and then Bachelor of Laws, which is LLB, you also need 30 points. And they're also specifying as well in terms of the percentage or the levels you need for certain subjects. So for law, if you're looking at LLB, they will need you to have level 5, which is 60 plus for home language and first additional language. So you'll see in your statements, they will show you which one is your first language and which one is your home. So your home, if you are studying in a Zulu dominated place, it will be your isiZulu, and then English will most likely be your first additional language. So depending on the school that you're going to, if your home language, and you'll see from the teachers, the main language the teachers are teaching, are speaking, it is normally home language, and the first additional language, it will be the language that you use to study most of your subjects. And then when you move down, they give you Faculty of Theology. And when you're looking at Faculty of Theology, they also have their points, and the points are a little bit less compared to what you've already seen, which is the law plus the engineering. And when you move down, it's Faculty of Education. Similar to Faculty of Education, they'll give you the degree and the field, as well as the subject requirement and the minimum APS scores. And then when you move down, you have Faculty of Natural and Agricultural Sciences. And it's the same thing. They will give you the degree that they have or they provide. And then they'll give you the field, the subject requirements, APS, as well as which campus it is you are going to study. All the subjects that they provide, or all the degree they provide, they will give you the faculty, then they will tell you what is the degree name, the field, and as well as subject requirement and APS score. That will be basically for everything that you will wish to study. Now, if you see on BCom, you have BCom accounting, BCom in chartered accountancy. So there is a difference between the two, and you can see even based on the marks, there's 32 points for BCom or Bachelor of Commerce in chartered accountancy, and the other one it's a little bit less. So if you wish to be a CA, you need to do the one that says in chartered accountancy. And then if you're looking at the Bachelor of Commerce, and they're saying BCom in forensic accountancy, it is also even more, it's a little bit more, you need 36 points, and they're saying it is Potchefstroom. It is very important that you understand the degree you want, the field, the subject, APS score, as well as the campus. Because Northwest University, they have 3 campuses. Since they have 3 campuses, you need to make sure that you know which campus you need to study on, because that will be very important as you go through the application process. So you go down, you see all the faculties they have. Then there's a Faculty of Healthy. In terms of the Faculty of Healthy, they'll give you the degree that they are providing here, and then they'll tell you what is the minimum score, what is the requirements in terms of the subjects, the program, as well as the degree. So all of them you see, depending on which one you want. If you want the pharmacy, Bachelor of Pharmacy, then you will see the requirements. Mathematics it's 60 to 69, and then levels it's 50 to 59. Then they'll say it's a full-time and you need 32 points. And then any degree that you want, you'll have to check in this field and see if you want to do any of the degree that is provided here. There's obviously humanities. They also provide the Bachelor of Humanities, and then you will see they have degree, they have field, they have requirements, APS score, as well as campus. You have to then take time, thoroughly check the subjects the degree they have, the requirements in terms of the subject, as well as the campus and the APS score in terms of where it is provided. Now, that was just a summary of what you need to look at in the prospectus. And then you need to download this document, as it will be important for you as you go through the application process. Now we are done looking at the prospectus. I am going through the application process. Now, how are you going to apply? Because that is what is important for this video. Now, you're going to go apply online. As you go through apply online, what you're going to do, they will take you to register to apply. You're only going to be able to apply to the Northwest University once you have registered. So you need to make sure that you are registering your profile. Then once you're registered, you'll be able to apply. Now I have already applied to this website. So there are certain things that I will tell you that you need to bear in mind will happen. So first thing, you need to put the full names. I have already registered, so my name will pop up. It's Ayanda Fortunate. This is just names. So if you have one name, it's just going to be Ayanda. If you have 2 names like me, it's Ayanda Fortunate. Then surname, obviously it's your surname. My surname is Mkhize. Then I'll put Mkhize in this case. And then if you are Cele, you put Cele. Then the country of residence, most of the people who are applying to Northwest, they are South African. So you need to say South Africa. And then they will require your cell phone number. Please put the correct cell phone number. I'm going to put my cell phone number. It's 3756055. And then they'll need the ID number. In this case, I use this ID number for my application process. And then the username, please put in your email address. So this email address is important because they will send you the password that you would need in order to do your first login. So now once you've done that, you'll say submit. After you said submit, then they will send you an email. In the email that they will send you, they will tell you your username. It is your email address, which will be this one. In my case, it is ayafomkize@gmail.com. and then the password, copy the password that they have provided you in the email, and then you will then enter. Please take note, they will want you to change the temporal password as soon as you press login. So I have already done my own new password, and I know my username. So what I'm going to do, I will then put in my username, and then after my username, I'll put the password. Then I will say login. Now it is taking me to login. It is important for you to understand that because I've already started with the application process, it's now giving me this information. So what is going to happen now is that it is important for you to understand that you need to submit your application by the 30th, right? So in the application process, then I have, when I was putting through my application, I've selected the campus, and the campus was Potchefstroom, and the choice I made, my first choice was Bachelor of Science with Physics and Computer Science. And then the second choice was in the Mahikeng, and I said it's Bachelor of Laws LLB, right? Then for the purpose of you learning, I press change application. Then this is how you're gonna apply. So you're gonna say because you want full, you are coming from high school, I'm not expecting that you want distance learning, you want full time. Then you're gonna say preferred method or presentation method is conduct, meaning to say you're gonna be sitting with the lectures as you go through your studies. And then qualification type, since you are coming from grade 12, you're going to say undergraduate. There's undergraduate and postgraduate. You're going to click on undergraduate. And then method of delivery, there is part-time and full-time. You're going to click on full-time because you will be in the class. Previous studies at the university, you've never studied in the university before. I believe you are in grade 12, then you're going to say no. Then, in terms of the qualification program, remember I took you through prospectus. The reason I took you through prospectus is because it has the campus information, and also it has the different courses or different degrees that they are providing. So in my case, because choice one, I wanted it to be Bachelor of Science with Physics and Computer Science. It is in Potchefstroom. So I clicked Potchefstroom, and then I said my choice one, it is Bachelor of Science with Physics and Computer Science. However, there are a number of courses that are provided in the Potchefstroom. So let's us say maybe my choice one, I wanted it to be Bachelor of Science Agriculture with Agronomy and Agricultural Economics. Then I would have selected this information. And then the second qualification, I wanted it to be in Mahikeng. It might happen on your case, you want it to be in Potchefstroom or Vanderbilt Park. Then you will select that one in that case. And then the qualification also, then I wanted it to be Bachelor of Laws, and then you can choose that maybe you wanted the theology as your choice too. Then once you're done, you're going to say save and continue. Once you said save and continue, it will take you to personal details. In the personal details, you fill all your details. So what will happen then? You're going to tell them about yourself. That will be your title. I believe most of you are Miss or Mister. Then you click Miss or Mister in your application, and then you put your initials. So your initials, in my case, it will be AF, and then you go down. There is a full names. Then I am Ayanda Fortunati. Then in your case, if we are Ndobego Nositle, you'd put that, and then the preferred name, which name you would prefer that they use when you are going to the university, then you want to put that. And then in terms of the surname, you will put your surname, and then if you are married or you had previous surname that you've used before, maybe you're using your mother's surname, now you've moved to your father's surname, you put that here. And then you're gonna put your correct date of birth depending on when you were born. Then you're just gonna scroll back here until you get to your date of birth, and then you select the day that you were born. The gender, if you're female, then you put female. If you're a male, you put male. Then I have put female because I'm a female. Then marital status, if you are single, you're going to put single. If you are married, then you put married. Then when you move to the other side, it's contact details. Some information will pop up because you've already typed, which will be your email as well as your cell phone number. Please put your home number as well, or your mother's number if applicable. Then the nationality, it will be South Africa. And then the ID, you put your correct ID. Then the race, also you're going to have to make sure that you are putting the correct race. Then the home language, you put whatever your home language that you're doing. If your home language is isiZulu, then you put isiZulu. Then the country or of citizen. Then if you're in South Africa, then you put South Africa. So it will allow you that you can put where is your nationality, then you put South Africa. Then the race, if you're African, you put African. If you're colored, is colored, Indian or Asian, you put that. In my case, I'm an African, then I'll put African. Then if you move down, so there is residential information. You're gonna put your residential address. This, in my case, this is my residential address, and then it is suburbs, it's Cape Town, and then the province, it's Western Cape. So you put all the information that is important for you, and then you say proceed. In my case, because the information that I've put here which are not correct, it will not allow me to proceed. However, I will take you through the next thing that you will follow. If you click here and say proceed, it will take you to previous education, right? Prevent switch. Okay, it will take you to previous education. Once it take you to the previous education, then you need to add certain information, right? So you need to read. Click on the Add button to add previous education history, such as name of the institution, country of study, university number, and the monetary information. So since most of you are doing grade 12, so please select the correct level based on the following: grade 11, studying in grade 12 with the final grade 11 results, or 12 completed and applying with the final grade 12 results. So now let's make assumption and say you are currently in grade 12 and you are using your grade 11 result to apply. So what you're going to say, because you're in high school, you say high school and then the name of the institution. So you can put your secondary school as KCT Abadbulusi High School. That is if you are in Abadbulusi High School. So if you are not in Abadbulusi, maybe you are a CPAPM. CPA. Okay, it doesn't show. That means there isn't something like that. CPA. Okay, it doesn't show as well. Let's see. Ilofu. Okay, it doesn't show. Okay, sounds like it doesn't show all the institution. Let us then select what we can see here and say, let's see, Accord Business Academy. And then it's strike name of the institution. And then select level. You are using grade 11 and then completed. Yes, because you've completed grade 11. Then the date, it was obviously completed in, it should have been completed in December last year. So you put December last year, any date that you receive your result, and then completed date expected. So it is completed already. So now you can click when you complete it, right? And then you will then say proceed, right? So I'm not going to say proceed because some of the information I have typed are not correct. Then what will happen after you've said proceed, it will take you to school subjects. So once you're in school subjects, then you're going to say examination board, then depending which one you are using. So in this case, national senior certificate, and then you are using grade 11. And since you're using grade 11, grade 11, please add high school with grade 11 of the previous education tab, close. Right. So now that means there was something wrong here. So you need to add here and then say high school. Then name of the institution, let's say Spapeme. And then it is in South Africa, select 11, grade 11. And then completed, yes. Then when you completed it, now let's just say it was last year, December 31st, and then you save. And then here, you can put his save. And then yeah, school subjects. Let's hope it's gonna work now. National Senior Certificate, grade 11. Okay. So unfortunately, it will not allow me because I'm not proceeding. So now, what you're gonna be doing here, you will have to put National Senior Certificate, select grade 11 here, and you will add the certificate. So you then say add, and then you'll add the certificate. Then additional information. NSFAS, you need NSFAS, say yes, you need NSFAS. And then the residents, will you need the residents, say yes, then you say proceed. Then when you go to this part, you need to upload documents, you need to upload your ID. So remember, you would have uploaded your grade 12 certificate here, you need to upload ID. If it happens, then unfortunately, you don't have ID, maybe you have the certificate, whatever the case may be, you're going to say support and then you browse. Once you browse, it will take you to where the document is saved, and then you will add that document. And then once you've added the document, you say upload. So you see now I've said upload, it's now showing here. Right. So once you're done with that, you say proceed. And then once you've proceeded, it will take you to declaration. After that, then you have completed your application process. Then you're gonna agree that all the information that you have included, which will be your previous education, school subjects, additional information, and upload is correct. And it is true and it belongs to you. And you say you agree. Once you say it agree, then you will submit. Then it will go to the University of Northwest. They will give you information to say you have been successful in your application, whatever the case may be. But after submitting, if everything went well, it will go to the Northwest University. If you think that it might have not went correctly, then you can call the University of Northwest and confirm whether they have received your application. So this is taking us to the end of the application process. If you're not sure or you need any assistance, please let me know. I'll be able to guide you and assist you throughout your application. Thank you and bye-bye.